Namaste, Swamiji.
How are you, my dear?
I'm good, Swamiji. How are you, Swamiji?
I am also fine.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. This is Nitin Sridhar, and a very warm welcome to yet another segment of our conversations with consciousness. Let me begin with a prayer. Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Today we have with us a very special guest, Swami Chidrupananda ji, who is joining us all the way from Noida. Thank you very much, Swamiji, for making time for this interview. Uh, Conversations on Consciousness is a segment we have started a few years back at Indica Moksha, wherein we focus discussions on Vedanta, on consciousness. We invite various acharyas, teachers, sannyasins to discuss on this, their life journey, and some reflections upon Vedanta. And so we are very, very fortunate to have you here, Swamiji.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Before we begin, just a brief introduction to Swamiji. Swami Chidrupananda ji is presently working as the Acharya of Chinmaya Mission, Noida. For more than 20 years, he has worked in different roles at the national level in the youth wing of Chinmaya Mission, such as Secretary General and Director North Zone of All India Chinmaya Yuva Kendra. And Chinmaya Yuva Kendra is the youth wing of Chinmaya Mission, serving the youth all over India since its inception 1975. So Swamiji has a long association with this youth wing, and he has been teaching Vedanta for many decades now. Uh, so once again, welcome you, Swamiji. And my first question is about your life journey. How did your spiritual journey began? Who were your early influences, as far as you can remember? Tell us about your childhood and your introduction to Vedanta, the whole arc as you see it, Swamiji.
Oh, Hari Om. Thank you, Nitin, for the opportunity. Well, the whole family has spiritual roots from mother side, father side also. So I am born in a spiritual family. All our listeners of Vedanta, satsangis, studying scriptures, Vedic chanting at home, and a lot of that kind of environment I was born in. The ever first, because I was born, so my we were a joint family in Vishakhapatnam when we were staying till my father got transferred. So they're all followers of Swami Chinmaya Maharaj, Gurudev, and also another great spiritual master who had started World Teacher Trust, Master E.K. They were all going and he used to give lectures on Ramayana, Bhagavad Gita, Yoga Sutras, Bhagavatam, etc. So our whole family was there. And then, if you ask me, first ever master I met physical form at the age of 2 or 3 years to go and then just sit. Physically, I met first master EK. Was one not much interaction except going and taking blessings. But when I moved to Hyderabad at the age of 6 years or so, when my father got transferred, so from second standard or third standard, if I remember correctly, my father used to take me to Swami Chinmayananda's lectures in Hyderabad, in exhibition grounds. So that's how my journey has begun. Plus, my father's younger brother was a great Mahatma, in the sense, a great person, well educated, a deep man. So he used to teach me when I was studying 9th and 10th class, Yoga Sutras, and certain Vedantic portions and all that. So make me listen to Gurudev's talks, 9th standard, 10th standard, and then he would explain to me because English was difficult to understand for me that time. Gurudev's English. So that's how I am brought up. Then the journey continued.
Wonderful, Swamiji. So, at what age, Swamiji, did you get the conviction that sannyasa is the path for you? or did any incident triggered it, or was it based on reflection? How did it happen, Swamiji?
Right from my childhood, I was drawn towards spiritual thinking. I never had a thought to get married and then settle as a grihastha. Right from childhood. Right from childhood. So my father passed away when I was 11 years old. And by then he taught me many things. Many things he taught me about life, and then even sometimes after death also, how the jiva will go through and all those things based on shastras and other explanations. So when he died at 11 years, being the eldest of five brothers, so I had to, some responsibilities fell at 11-year-old. Sixth class I was studying. So I continued my journey. My mother, of course, was given a job in the same government department. So she brought us all up. And so my intention was not that suddenly something happened, suddenly I changed my mind. It was not like that. So when I came in contact as a guru, then I could meet Gurudev and then talk to him. As a child, of course, I can't converse with him and all. So then Gurudev guided very clearly. Then I wrote a letter to Gurudev. I wanted to come and serve you. Then Gurudev wrote a letter to me. Fulfill your response. I was doing at the secondary degree, I think, secondary or final year degree. I just said I wanted to come back and come to serve you. I said, wait, you're the eldest, so fulfill your responsibilities at home. And four younger brothers you have. When they grow up and stand on their own feet, that's the time for you to retire and join Sandipani. Till then, study scriptures as best as you can, and of course, continue your activities in Chinmaya Yuva Kendra. So then I got a job. Gurudev said, of course, you must get a job. So he got a job. When I got a job, then I worked. Gurudev said, stay on and get promotions. I was scared. To stay on getting promotion means is he not allowing me to join Sandipani or what? But then within 5 years, I got two promotions. Within say, nearly 8 years, I worked in the company, a pharma company as a manager, business manager. Then 93, of course, Gurudev wrote a letter, so I kept quiet. He gave a standard, na? When these things are happening, then there's a time for you to join and Sandipani, retire and join Sandipani. So I was waiting for brothers to settle, and then in 93, Gurudev attained Samadhi. In May, he came to Hyderabad for Yajna, last Gita Jnana Yajna in the Gita Jnana Yajna format was last in Hyderabad from 7th to 13th May 1993. Gurudev attained Samadhi in August 3rd, on August 3rd, 1993. So then what happened at that time? Gurudev, we had a youth meet. Gurudev came and addressed the youth in Bharati Vijay Bhavan, Hyderabad. So after the youth meet, of course, he knew us. A lot of correspondence would go on for mission activities, Yuva Kendra activities, spiritual guidance and all. But when I still remember, because Gurudev wrote a letter, wait, stay on. No, so I was waiting till the situation. My mother was working, she should retire, and then brother should catch up something and all that. So I was waiting. So, but on that day, 9th May, still remember. So Gurudev, after the talk, he looked at me and said, clear your debts and come. Then looked straight into my eyes and said, clear your debts and come. Then I thought, he remembered, no, that I was waiting for all that. He knew. So once my mother also met him. So Gurudev said, my mother, you have 5 children. 2 are already with me. Me and my younger brother also joined. Younger means fourth in the line. First and fourth. Both of them are with me, definitely. I want one more out of 5. He wanted 3 sons as son monks. I believe I was not there at that, but I went out for some work. So mother told, I believe, why not, why 3? Why don't you take all 5? So everybody surprised. That was her. And when I went, Gurudev met, and then afterwards, after half an hour or so, I went. Gurudev said, I saw your mother. The mother is sitting there. Do one thing, send them all to Sandipani and you become free and work. Either way, I will take care of them. So he was actually wanting me. So when 93, he said, clear your debts and come. It all happened. It took 2 years for me to settle down certain things and all that at home. So 96, both my brother, me and my brother, both of us joined. Mother retired and she said, joyfully go and serve Gurudev. So we joined in 96, both of us, me and the fourth one in line, first and fourth. And we completed our Diksha. Then I was posted in Visakhapatnam for 3 years. Then I went to Chennai for 4 years. Then 2005 onwards, I've been in Noida only. So that is the,
2005 onwards, you have been in
I'll
Noida.
be completing by April 25th, 2025, I'll be completing 20 years.
Oh, that's a very long time, Swamiji.
Yes.
Uh, your younger brother's post sannyasa name is, if I may
Swami
ask?
Anantananda.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Swamiji. So, it's very interesting, especially, how you mentioned Gurudev remembered and told you to clear the debts. It's really, excellent. So, as a sannyasin of the Chinmaya Mission, you have been for some time now. What is your typical dinacharya, Swamiji?
See, I've been used to get up at 4 o'clock right from when I was studying ninth standard, I think. Oh, I used to go to temple in Nallagunta, Hyderabad, Ramalayam temple for Prabhat Seva, clean the temple, open the temple. That Pujari used to give the bunch of keys to me. I was a ninth class, 10th class boy. He would give the throw bunch of keys. I would open the temple. First darshan of Ram Darbar. Then there is Saraswati temple pradakshinas, Navagraha parikrama, Shiva parikrama, Shivaji and Krishnaji ka parikrama. All that I used to do, then sweep the just floor of the, I mean, the broom and hand wash and flowers. I used to sing. A lot of, not singing, sorry. I used to join the bhajan group of early morning Prabhat Seva. All elders used to come. They used to sing bhajans up to 7 o'clock. Beautiful through Narayan Tirtha's songs and also in some Telugu songs. Wake them up, Ram, Bhagwan Ramji. And all that I used to do all those the activities there at that time. So that snowballed into more and more commitment and then more and more listening to talks of great Mahatmas. So that's how journey started. So when as a sannyasi, these samskaras are there. So when I was posted, Tejamananji or Puja Guruji, he was the mission head at that time. He said, you must take up, because you have been in Yuva Kendra, Chinmaya Yuva Kendra, so you should take up the work of a national level, All India Chinmaya Yuva Kendra Secretary General. So then I worked there then they posted me as North, as director of North Zone in All India Chinmaya Yuva Kendra. So my dinacharya is 4 o'clock getting up in the morning. And morning class will be there after my some prayer, meditations and all that. My chantings. Then morning class used to be there. Then lot of travel within the country for college talks, corporate world, and schools, and plus school teachers, and other many corporate talks and all that would come. In the evenings, I used to conduct Jnana Yajnas in the Noida Chinmaya Mission Ashram. And before that, Visakhapatnam. But same, package is same. That every day some talk will be there, somewhere something. Plus morning and evening Vedanta lectures on Gita and then other Vedantic texts, whatever. So that's how the Dinacharya goes on. But mostly I'll be there on an average 10 to 15 days in one place and 10 to 15 days keep touring all over the country. But one thing is fixed, morning routine is fixed. The day, depending upon the situation, travel, and that variety of talks, the audience, that continues. So that's how main thing has been going on.
Wonderful, Swamiji. So, when you were studying at Sandipani, Vedanta, all the Prasthanatraya Bhashya and all, so what were your experience as a student of Vedanta? Any particular challenges you faced, or any particular incidents with your teachers? Any anecdotes that you remember?
Yeah, very good. Puja Guruji used to take, and our Acharya also was there. So he used to take class. Swami Anubhavanandji used to take our Acharya. Then many couple of Acharyas used to come here and there, senior monks used to take some classes for us occasionally, whenever possibilities are there. Yes, Puja Gurudev, when I was studying degree, he wrote a letter, once letter. When I got a job, he congratulated and said, the end, he said, Oh, of course, you have to knock about a lot and all that. For 1 year, you have to focus on learning the job. Afterwards, he said, then you can call upon your time. Then he said, make an exhaustive study of Bhashya of Shankara and Sanskrit. So, and then Gurudev would has our Chinmaya International Foundation at Sanskrit course. They have. He sent application also to me, join. But I didn't join. I just joined Vivekananda Vani Samstha, Ramakrishna Mission, Hyderabad. There I joined for about 1.5 years. I think I studied Sanskrit basic. So with that little basic knowledge, when I went to Sandipani, it helped me a lot. But the major challenge was when our Acharya started reading Shankar Bhashya like a tap water released. Then I thought, I think the course has come to an end for me because Sandhi Vichedana, I mean, Anvaya, but understanding the context and it first. So I did a lot of, all of us actually. So it's not an easy thing. So Kathopanishad, Shankar Bhashya, when started, then I used to work a lot on that in Sandhi Vicheda and Anvaya for Gita, but also for one Upanishad. We tried hard, all the hard work. That helped me. I'm not a Sanskrit Pandit as such, not a great knowledgeable in Sanskrit, but it's enough for, as you say, working knowledge. So Shastra ka jo saar hai, that saar, if you can get it, and if you can share the basic ideas, that's enough. But our Acharya always used to say, once you leave Sandipani, you may not get time to delve deeply into the studies because you will not have time. You'll be more busier in the work and then. So that is true. The studies will continue, but not that 1 month I just took one text and without any disturbance, only sit quietly and then study. Those days are gone with the Sandipani. So that was just challenge of that. But then there's nothing major challenge as such because we were in Yuva Kendra. We heard Puja Gurudev's yajnas. We attended Gurudev's camps in Siddhabadi and many other places. And we used to attend to Puja Guruji's lectures, yajnas, Tejamanji's. Purushothaman used to be there. He was his lectures. So it was not a much difficult for us, for me, and also for batch. Most of the people were Chinmaya Yuva Kendra members. So we didn't find that much struggle in understanding or anything like that. Yes, little practice was required for Shankar Bhashya. But Gurudev grace is there. Exhaustive study of Bhashya of Shankara, make it, he said. So that's it. That is only for 15, 20 days. Once the streamline started, the pattern you understand, it is clear.
True.
No struggle.
Excellent. Swamiji, you have been teaching Vedanta, different texts of Vedanta, is sharing your insights for, I think, 2-3 decades now. So, what are the some of the common challenges that the students face in grasping the Vedanta? Especially, what are some of the concepts they grapple with, and how you unravel them to them? Based on your very long experience, please do uh, shed some light on this.
See, certain concepts are not so like vritti vyapti, phala vyapti, difficult to cognize. And Anvaya sadhana, Vyatireka sadhana. These are simple things for us, in the sense those who have been exposed to. For immediately first lesson, like a Tyaga and Sannyasa, like 18th chapter of Gurudev, I mean, Bhagavan Krishna's Bhagavad Gita. So certain areas are there where, like if you take Panchadashi, it's not easy to understand, though we had some classes. So in such texts, and also um, Shankara Bhashya of 13th chapter, for example, Kshetra Kshetrajna Bhaga Yoga, commentary was huge. So it is not so easy, because in deeper texts like Siddhanta Lesh Sangra, so many Siddhantas are there, all follow Advaitic Acharyas. And certain concepts of the Maya, Mithya. So these are all the basic things. They get confused. In a sense, general audience, not that regular audience in the beginning. So we don't have to touch them, upon them, all those things. Make it simple. So don't scare people with Vedanta. That's what Gurudev said. Don't scare them. They have come to learn. So your job is to make them understand in a simple terms. Make them comfortable first. in the halls of Vedanta. Don't say that it's Vedanta is so big subject and very difficult to understand unless you do this, do that, do that. And they get scared. That's not the way to do it. So simple. Simple like peel the banana, little bit, little. No hurry. As the vasanas are there, the karma, the speed is different. But let everybody be in the halls of Vedanta. Simple Vedantic, like Tattva Bodhaya. It's very fine, fundamental text. Vivek Chudamani, beautiful text. All good concepts are there. Bhagavad Gita is very beautiful text. That is enough for life, for sadhana. And Gurudev always would joke. Used to joke. I heard him telling in the Vivek Chudamani camp in Siddhabadi Himalayas, where his Gurudev Samadhi is there. He said he looked at the general delegates, and I was a Yuva Kendra member at that time, and some Acharya sitting, brahmacharis. He said, he looked at them and said, it is for these brahmacharis, they have to study Shastra. Like that he said, Shastra. Lucky you people. Vivek Chudamani is one text enough for self-realization. They have to speak. Let them go through all that complicated definitions and what do you call Vedanta prakriyas. But you people are lucky, he said. Meaning encourage them. This is enough. Focus on this. This will take you to truth. That's how I used to encourage the people. And then that's enough. In fact, that is enough. The sincere application of one text is enough to realization.
That is true. That is true.
Mm.
Excellent. So I want to take now the discussion to these some of the Vedantic ideas that I find in my conversation with people. There is a lot of confusion, or there is some form of less clarity. One such idea is the notion of consciousness itself, or notion of Brahman as Chaitanya, Chit, versus Brahman as Ishvara. This duality between Nirguna Brahma, Saguna Brahma. I mean, people often think that is it that way Advaita is positing two Brahmans? There is Nirguna and there is another Saguna. And if it is Nirguna, which is the reality, then how can bhakti is possible there? So these are some of the ideas, connecting ideas that keeps coming up again and again and again in one form or the other. So I request Swamiji to shed light briefly on Brahman, especially the Chaitanya aspects, as well as this Nirguna Saguna part of it.
First of all, regarding consciousness, many of the modern thinkers, not all of them, some of them, but in a global population, they become many. They think consciousness is a product of matter. It is produced because of some reactionary things between the hormones in the brain. So they have their own logic and all that. Once that nuclear scientist Raja Ramana, when with Swami Ranganathananji was there, he came once to Ramakrishna Mission, Hyderabad, evening. So Ranganathananji was there and Raja. Somebody asked him a question. Why scientists, some of them don't believe in God? He believes. So Raja Ramana is a devotee of Swami Ranganathananji, and he came and he knows. He said, well, he said, in those days, I'm talking of 35 years or something back. He said, there are certain phenomena happening in the universe. Certain laws and certain movements, certain things are happening, the galactic level and universal level, for which there is no principle of God necessary for those functions to take place. That's their belief, not his belief. His belief. Now, that is one part of it. Consciousness cannot be actually, the truth is, cannot be the product of some kind of matter composition produced. It's a lot of logic is there. Then if you believe that concept, then they say there is no soul, jiva existing, and there is no papa and punya, merit and sins, and then therefore there is no fruits of action, and there is no question of next life. No reincarnation possible. And that philosophy leads to Charvaka philosophy of just be merry, enjoy life, and just die. You will be nobody one day. So that is how they say. Now, those things, if those questions are there, then question comes why there is variation in the world. Whatever the produce, then why should I be born as a poor man or a diseased person? Why should somebody be born as rich and healthy? What are variation? Intelligent, unintelligent? So many the variety that we see on earth. What is the cause of it? Because without a cause and effect relationship, we have to bring in. So there, if you really think about that, Gurudev simply says, if there is a law existing anywhere, there must be a law administrator and lawgiver. Lawgiver is Ishvara. Law administrators are Devatas because matter by itself is unintelligent. Insentient matter cannot have knowledge of one book, cannot know the knowledge of the existence of other book. So if this matter and spirit, Bhagavan Krishna speaks about it, no? That Jiva Bhuta Prakriti and then Apara Prakriti, Para Prakriti. See, this interaction. So when matter is there, since one matter cannot know the other matter, it is just not matter also. There is some consciousness and there's intelligence behind it and there's a harmony behind it. There is a rhythm behind it. And the great grand cosmic cycles, if you see, the universe and galactic, 100 billion galaxies expected, estimated, 100 billion stars in one galaxy, so star systems. It's like a cluster and all harmoniously functioning. Seasons within the body. So there must be some kind of harmony between them. If it is only matter, harmony cannot be expected between the matter like that. Only law, this sense, only law can take care. But this is a so complicated law. So there is consciousness, and you are conscious of it. Therefore, the ultimately speaks about Bhagavan Maharshi says, Vedanta says, Kastum koham kuta ayata. That is one question. And who am I is another question. So discover who is that. So there is definitely this big subject it is. Consciousness is there, memory is functioning, Antakkana Chatushtayam. And it's a very vast. And therefore, the best thing is that you must have faith. Without faith, life is not lived. You tell me something. So I believe Nitin. So Nitin says something, Swamiji, go to that restaurant that is there available. Food will be good. I must believe, that faith only works. Suppose you tell me, tomorrow morning we will meet. So you have faith that I live, that you live. Without simple faith, moment to moment, no interaction is possible. So there must be, first of all, experiment it as per the Shastras. Walk the path. Discover it. As Gurudev says, Atman cannot be kept in test tube and pass it on. This is Atman. Oh, very good. Pass it on. It's not like that. It has to be discovered. So, lucky ones discover. Now, questions, for example, the problem with all humanity is when the difficulties we are facing, then the question comes, who am I? What I am doing? Why I got this? How can I redeem myself from this suffering? Once I asked Puja Gurudev in 1988 in Siddhavadi during the camp, I said, Gurudev, it is said Buddhi Karmanusarini. Buddhi also is functioning according to the vasanas. Vasanas condition the Buddhi also. Then where is my freedom? Even to think also. If I am conditioned all the time by vasanas. Gurudev looked at me in a peculiar style, he just laughed. Ha! I said, then suffer. That will make you turn towards divine. Then suffer, he said. That means what? Somewhere experiences of life will make us think. Of all said and done, theories apart. When I'm suffering from physical pain, I need love, kindness, compassion, hospitalization, or good medicine, somebody to take care. Ultimately, I forget all my theories. I have to relieve myself from this pain. I cannot say this is another law functioning, another law, but I am the paining, no, pain, suffering, no. So therefore, for some people in the world, not necessarily all, the suffering turns them towards divinity, to the questions of who am I, etc., etc. Now, this concept of Brahman is infinite, that me, the consciousness alone, I am conscious. Who am I exclusively? Nitin, I just give this example of sambar example. Very simple example. It clicks. How? It's a neti neti. Not this, not this. But where I should do? So I give sambar example. So when sambar is just all the cooked vegetables are put, and then the dal was put, and then the mustard and all that, and then was put, masala was put, sambar powder was put, then it has to boil. Everything is put, salt is put, everything is put. Now only good boiling is required. It's kept, not water is yet to boil. Tamarind, whatever you put, everything is right. Now you want to discover the salt in it. How much salt is correct or not? What do normally we do? We take one spoon and then put it on the mouth, the tongue, and then say close my eyes, and then say, what am I doing there? Because in that I get the taste of sambar masala powder. One mustard seed also touched me. Maybe one small beans or whatever you put, carrot, that also went. So I am denying it. No, 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 no. I'm searching salt. In the tamarind also has come in that. No, I don't want tamarind taste. I want to know salt. So what am I doing? Whole focus is brought on the content of the salt, which is all pervading in the sambar. But rejecting everything, my focus is only on that salt. Similarly, in all experiences, I am there. Na? So who am I? Pratibodha viditam matam. So there is something I. Okay. Other eyes are here. Egoistic eye is changing. But there must be some curiosity. To begin with, curiosity. Jignasa. Who could be me? What could be my existence after death? If without this body, how will I exist? What will be my existence like? That curiosity or interest should trigger some kind of investigation. Then the basic understanding of there's a power, when power is there, it belongs to somebody. There's a huge, unimaginable energy is there in the universe. And they say now infinite universes are there. Ananta Koti Brahmanda Nayaka. They're all bubbles in the large infinite ocean of consciousness. They rise and express and manifest and manifest. So when you expand your thinking to that cosmic level and understand, there must be power. It is a guided power, not misguided power. Controlled by some power means it belongs to somebody. That one pratyaya, possessive, who is possessing that power? So Mayapati, if you call this power, that who is possessing that conscious? He should be conscious, intelligent being. That being should be infinite in nature because infinite creation. So there is that kind of a search. If you begin, then you will understand that yes, conviction will come first after reflection, mananam, plus shravanam first, of course, then mananam we do. And then the meditation begins to discover the presence, the me, real me, not as somebody, as something. No. So there is no, what could be the nature of that vastu where there is no nama, rupa, guna, vishesha, kriya, sambandha? Nothing is there. What could be the nature of that vastu? We can say pure existence. It must be infinite. Because there is no limiting factors are there. No guna, no nama, no rupa, no kriya, vishesha, sambandha, kuch bhi nahi hai. So then what could be the nature of that consciousness? But yet it is existing. So it must be infinite. So unless I awaken to the truth practically, we are all already enlightened. Nacha mukta na bandha. There is nothing is there. Muktir navai bandha. But then discovery is required. That's praptasya prapti. So exclusive, like salt mixed with all other tastes. So in this I, the false I also mixed with, when I say I am the hungry, I'm hungry, pranamaya sharira. I am tall, black, etc., etc. Body. The I is used left and right and applied to everything. But all these eyes are false, and still I am there. So is an exclusive focus is required. Exclusive meditation is required. That happens only when the disturbing mind is calmed down. That can happen only when we exhaust vasanas. That can happen only through karma yoga. So it's a in the bargain. Then I am going through my destiny. Then I should inquire, why am I going through the way I am going through, whatever I am going through. There must be a cause. Then cause and effect. Then how to come out of it intelligently. Then the karma yoga, jnana yoga, all Gita skills are brought out. How to escape myself from the bondage, further bondage. And then I understand that without a grace of Guru, somebody enlightening me, guiding me, thinking needs guidance. Please understand. If you don't want to do research, you need guide. You can't just go, I would research, this is my research. No, it has to be pramana. What is the proof? What is the subject? What is the thing? So this is a guide is required even to do research. A guide is required even for everywhere. Even to go somewhere, I need a guide. If not, somebody, at least GPS is required. Nowadays, we are so addicted to GPS. We cannot go to next street without GPS. So this guidance required. So how to discover this? Then I found that more the mind is calmer and calmer, more joyful I am. So there's a relation between the agitation, more the agitations, more worry, more anxiety, more stress, more strain. When unwanted things and wrong concepts and wrong thinking is removed, then I am finding peace without anything, in fact, within myself. So there must be something. So I go slowly. And one day, when I reach the portals of my heart, like Hridaya Vidya, Bhagavan Ram Maharshi said, discover Upalabdhisthanam. The truth can be realized only in the one's own heart. All pervading. Truth is all pervading. But realization is only in the heart. Like Gurudev says, government of India is all pervading. Every inch of the land of India, government has its own power on it. But to contact the government or the ruler of the government, you have to go to Delhi. You need to contact him. You must go dive deep into the heart. Brahma vidapnoti param tadeshapyukta satyam jnanamanantam brahma yoveda nihitam guhayam parame vyoma. And the lollipop is what? Sa ashtute sarvan kamansa. All the desires get fulfilled. You don't have to run after all because everything is inside. The bliss is so much that all other desire of ice cream, desire of gulab jam, desire of rasagulla. So people ask, ये भी मिल जाएगा क्या? वहां पे जाने के बाद पता कर लो. You will get this. No need. Then you become everything. Tam sarvabhuta hridayam munimanatosmi. That Shuka Maharshi became one with everything. Bhagavan Krishna says same thing. Upanishad says same thing. Discover yourself in all and all in. This is a literal experience. It is not a concept. It is not an idea. It is not a notion. It is not a projection. It must be the experience of the great Mahatmas. So they gave so authoritatively. So try it out before denying. A true researcher will try, exhaust all the avenues, then he can put his paper on the paper, pen on the paper, say that this is not true. But exhaust all the avenues. Let us go discover it. So the big subject, consciousness and all that. So many books have come. So many great masters have explained. Ultimately, you know that you exist, no? Bhagavan, Panchadashi Vidyaranya Muni says, Tam loshtam narasamakrutim katam shastram bodhayet. He says, the one who know that is existing already, that existence is felt, that I know I exist. Then still he denies his own existence. That kind of a person who is nothing but loshtam narasamakrutim, to the mud in the form of a human being, how can I teach Shastra, he said. गुस्सा आया उनको. He got angry. Tam loshtam narasamakrutim loshtam shastram katam bodhayet. Such kind of a lump of mud in the form of a human being. Can you teach Shastra to it? You got angry. You know that you exist. No, that existence has to be filtered out because it's mixed with all kinds of confusions. That filtering, that's why I gave Sambar example. That filtering is neti neti. But we cannot, they all got stuck up. All anatma, bhavas got so stuck up. And we cannot slowly, drop them. By asanga shastrena. The moment there is something glue called attachment is there, everything chapak jata hai. If you put a glue, then everything, you put oil, all dust can come, everything can come. So they can stick up there. That is sangha bhav, sangha, attachment. Attachment is removed, then nothing can stick to you. It's a very simple equation. Whenever any being suffering, human being in particular, because they have the knowledge, is to intellect, anywhere any wee bit of suffering is there, the cause is only attachment to the concept, to the idea, to the notion, to the vidhana, to the process. Then I'm really painful.
Swamiji, you gave a very primer to the entire Vedanta itself. This short response, a kind of a introductory course to the entire Vedanta. It was really wonderful. I wanted to, the reason I interrupted you was, I wanted to bring out 2 points from your long response, and I wanted you to shed more light. One is about how you mentioned about the rebirth, and how you mentioned about this Charvaka mentality, which sees that there is only one life, there is no karma, and actually a very prevalent thought today. I mean, in modern terms, we say YOLO, you only live once. So this is a very, very strongly rooted popular thought that is prevalent not only all over the world, but also in India, in among the Hindu society itself. You see among the youth and all this, you only live once, so you can do whatever you want. We should pursuit of desires should be taken recklessly. So this is the kind of thought which is day by day it is taking more and more stronger roots in the society. So what is the best way to rectify this thought, or what is the best way to correct this misconception or teach our karma siddhanta?
See, I give you one simple logic. Logic means some explanation I'll give you. See, sin, enjoy life. Okay. Why? Because I don't exist after death. So it's only, as you said, live once. One life you got, enjoy. Very good. Let us put a proposition. Because when they ask us, where is God? Show me God and all that. That's okay. They challenge, there's no God. We cannot prove it. Therefore, we'll enjoy. Okay. Just first point. Just because we cannot prove anything, does it mean that it doesn't exist? Number one. Number two, suppose two propositions are there. Two chances are there after death. Suppose after death, you really don't exist. Right? You don't exist. You become zero. That's your theory. I don't exist after death. It's only one chance I got. It's only in a consciousness and a product of matter. I enjoy, then die. When I die, I don't exist. Therefore, there's no merit, no sin, nothing is there. Enjoy. Okay. If really don't exist, no problem. Suppose if you exist, suppose you live, you find yourself, oh, I'm still existing in my subtle body. Suppose that happens, because you also don't know confirmingly whether you live or not. It's only your proposition. You think that ours is a proposition. I also say that it was only proposed thinking, wishful thinking it is that you don't exist. Suppose you exist. Can you confirmingly say that you can't exist? No, I cannot say. I also cannot say, they say, you also can't say confirm whether you exist or not. Yes, the two chances we'll take. If you exist, if you don't exist, no problem. Suppose yours is correct, that there is no jiva, no consciousness, they're gone. Then you may say, oh, I wasted my time. that I have not enjoyed my life, I wasted my life. For that, I should be existing, not repent. Oh, you wasted your life. You would have enjoyed. To whom you will tell? I also don't know. You also don't know. I don't exist. So there's no point. Happy I am. I don't exist. No, there's no me also. So there's nothing. All finished. Suppose I exist. Then I find that my mind is with me. Mind is torturing, even after death. That's what Bhagavan Krishna said last thought is important. With Sattva you die, where you go. Rajoguna, with Rajoguna predominance, if you die, where you go. With Tamoguna predominance, you die, where you go. Suppose all experiences are there after death also. Because mind is there, intellect is there, all that Jnanendriyas, Karmendriyas, Panchapranas, Manabuddhi, Chitta, Ahankara, all 19 of them will come. Only the outer shell is dropped. And I continue to exist. Then I am feeling the heat of my own repentance and then falls, and all. Then I found that I am suffering with my own, that hell and heaven are inward states. So what will happen? So suppose you live a good life. Serving, loving, kindness, thinking that you exist afterwards. Suppose you don't exist. No problem. You did not lose anything. No. You served people, you demonstrated, and for others who are living, your life stood as an inspiration. You may have become zero. Doesn't matter. But the way you could live life, you lived, inspiring people, supporting people. While living, you get contentment. You get a guilt-free existence. And you die. You don't exist. No problem for you. But you lived and inspired down the generations in history. For them, they exist, so they live. There's no problem. So you did not lose anything being good. Suppose thinking that I don't exist after death and I live a wretched life. Then I find myself I'm still existing after death. What will be my condition? So the best option is to believe that you exist after life and live a guilt-free life, inspiring people, bringing happiness and joy to the others. I think that is most intelligent way. This is how I answer to the youth. Quite logical. You also don't know, I also don't know. I am also stupid as you are stupid. Very good. Two stupids are talking, but two options are there. Two possibilities are there.
I think that could be a very good opening for a tricky question, a tricky answer. So another point from your early response on Brahman, you mentioned about the importance of Shraddha, faith, trust. So now I'm connecting this question to this notion of the very importance of Veda as a pramana, as far as both for our moksha, our Vedanta purpose, but also for the dharma purpose. In our Sanatana Dharma, Veda is held as the ultimate pramana. Veda and then Veda, Smriti, Itihasa, Purana, all this comes. So in the current scenario, however, this notion of Veda as a pramana is very difficult for people to digest. So because they have been trained from a very young age in schools and everywhere, the so-called scientific method, which while it is applicable to their own fields, no doubt, but it has been taught as a universal method. The notion of this verification and falsification of any idea by comparison with empirical reality. Now the very notion of moksha or dharma, they are non-empirical. So we have to rely upon this Shabda Pramana and Shishta Guru
Achara.
Vakya, Shishta Acharya Vakya. So this is another understand, very difficult to communicate. Unless you have some samskaras, then it is easier, it comes naturally to you. For others, it is very difficult to communicate. So do share your thoughts on how best to communicate this, how best to ingrain this in the society.
See, Veda you take. Veda means knowledge and all that. It's okay. Revealed and all that's okay. Now your question is how to communicate that it is pramana. First of all, Veda deals with what? Atindriya Vishayeshu Veda Pramana. First fundamental thing is Veda deals with those things which are beyond our sensory perception. That is the subject matter of Veda. The myth which can never be brought under the senses in a laboratory, it cannot be proved. First point. So, about heaven, hell, Swarga, Naraka, Papa, Punya, Dharma, Dharma. Dharma is Atharva Amurtas. There is not a form. So, all these things are dealt with Veda, which are not cognized or cognizable or perceivable or perceptible to the senses. So that is the subject matter of Veda. First, understand. So you cannot say, show me Swarga, then I will go. It cannot be. It just that subject matter deals with that. Number one. In Laukika world, that which you have not seen, which you have not heard, which you have not smelled, which you have not touched, tasted. If such a vastu or an object or a place or country or a person is brought to your notice, you have no way except to have faith on it if you want. Certain times you go there and meet that person. Now, how will I go? I trust the person who told me. Oh, Nitin told me to meet that person. He must be there. He does not cheat me. I know Nitin very close. Aptavakya. It is called Aptavakya, Shabda Pramana. So I take your word and then I go and meet him. Otherwise, there is no other way for me to find out whether such a person exists or not. So first of all, this is a subject matter. You cannot discuss in the laboratory. Number one. Number two. You study your own emotions of your life. When is that you are happy? When is that you are living with fear, insecurity, and guilt? Even somebody can say, a terrorist may say, no, I don't have any guilt and all, but yet he is constantly on the run, hiding himself, protecting himself, insecure. He cannot come and move in society, knowingly very well declaring I am so and so. So that indicates you are not an open person. So when is that you feel guilt, pain, dissatisfaction, unhappiness? You discover your own emotions. Whenever we do anything bad to anybody, that precipitates as a guilt, pain, dissatisfaction. And I constantly guard myself from that fact from getting it known to the world around. I'm a thief. I have something I stole. I don't want to be known. So I'm always with that. When I was a policeman, the vritti comes out. You study your experiences. So dharma is that by following which. Suppose you give good work. How much on that day? You don't know. You have not done it to be happy, but you have done a good job. Automatically you feel happy. So Gurudev says always, analyze your own experiences of life and project them after death. Same will continue. So very simple way to deal with it is, you study your life. Number one. Somebody says, no, I believe in stealing and all that. Remember, every action has its own consequences. If you're prepared to face the consequences, go ahead. That's how you should tell. You should not defend them. But suppose somebody is bent upon saying that I will do bad, I will do bad, I will do bad. We tried our best. I always give the example of a child. Always he goes to candle. And mother pulls. One mother got fed up. How many times I can pull him back? So she took the child, and little finger held, and she herself put that in the fire. Little bit touched it. He will never go. So theory, people may not, some people may not. Only when life, bitter experiences come to us, it changes. So there's no other way. Either you listen. What are the ways to change? Either you listen to others, those who studied, those who guide us in a good manner, or face experiences and change. Tell me third factor to change. No other third factor. Either you choose this option or that option. Intelligent people learn from others. Smoking is injurious to health. I don't have to smoke and spoil my chest and then believe, yes, it is correct. Stupidity it is. It is an already established fact. If you more smoking is done continuously long time, it will lead you to complications. Beware, drinking alcohol is dangerous. No, it never happened to me. Okay, you drink. Either experience should change you, or listening to others, learning from others' experience, and listening to other elders changes you. Choice is yours.
I think that is a very wonderful way to put, Swamiji. The confident way to put, I believe.
Don't defend. Why should we defend when we are on the right side? Tell the
True,
truth. This is the truth, two choices. Leave the choice to the Jiva.
true. Wonderful. Excellent conversation, Swamiji. I think there is lot of nuggets of wisdom spread throughout this conversation. Any practical advice for Vedanta seekers who are just starting their journey, who Vedanta enthusiasts, I would say rather, any advice for how should they go about, especially if somebody is starting with a self-study kind of thing, um, reading from here, there, etc. So, what are some of the books that you would suggest them to study, and what are the next steps that you suggest them to take up, especially with your experience of with this leading the Yuva Kendras and all? Please to share
See,
some.
we have good books in Chinmaya Mission written for the youth. And then, if suppose directly you want to start Vedanta, even before that, even getting into fundamentals of Vedanta, better to read. I can suggest only Gurudev's books, and many books are there, such books in the world by Mahatmas. But I can say one thing. To begin with, our manual of self-unfoldment. It basically deals with basic things. What is small things? Self-unfoldment. If you read these two books, then the other small book is there for the youth. We Must is there. Victorious Youth is there. And another beautiful talk, Gurudev used to give all India radio talks, Art of Man Making. Very powerful talks in the form of a book. He used to give talks 15 minutes in all India radio. In those days when Nehru was prime minister and all, 1950s and all. They were all very powerful talks. So first 10 chapters that he gave. So those books, first of all, get what is life. What do you mean by living? And Guruji's books are so plenty. Victorious Youth for the youth. And also Tips for Happy Living by Puja Guruji. And many books are there. Small books only. Small books. So first get the feel of it. That, like when you go, it's like a starter. In a dining part, starter they give, like starters. Small quantities. So get clarity. Then you go into, because directly Tattva deals with, Atmajnanam, Adhikari is, for directly it starts there only. Viveka, Vairagya, Sat Sampati, Mokshatva, then Viveka, Vairagya, then Samadhi. Directly, it's a beautiful text, but then it's a fundamental in Vedanta. At the same time, it is also not for all. It becomes dry for many people. So the fundamental, what is life, how to live life, Bhajgovindam. I call it as that I made this for living the realities of life. Bhajgovindam, I call it as living the realities of life. These are realities of life. Can you deny? So these things are to be the foundation, first of all. Then when fire catches up, then you can go into Tattva-bodha, Atma-bodha, Vivek-Chudamani, or Sadachara. Our Sadananda's textbooks are there. Vedanta Sara. All those little deep, but Guru is required. For everywhere, Guru is required. It's not like novel reading, You don't have to remember anything, no. So it says Guru is required to guide you. Any teacher, the advanced teacher is enough. The advanced speaker is enough to guide you first. The kind of teacher I get also depends upon my evolutionary mark. If you are Chinmayananda, you will get Tapon Maharaj. If you are Vivekananda, you get Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. If I am LKG and then student, first standard, second standard class student is enough for me to teach me. Okay. And we all have to pass through the stages in evolution. Not that I like to take, I would like to study Brahma Sutra directly. No, it's not like that. It's not a fascination. Slowly study. Then we get how to meditate also. What is that? Beautiful clarity. Vedanta will give you clarity. But it takes time to study. Slow absorption. Absorption is very tough. Then its life is wonderful. As a seeker. And as a human being also. You will enjoy. You will not get caught up anywhere. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Swamiji, for making time for this interview. It was a very learning session for me personally, and I'm sure all of our audience will learn greatly from this and will inspire them to take up further jump into the spiritual journey. Thank you very much for making time for this session.
I surrender all this at the feet of our Puja Gurudev. Without he, we are not there. Zero, big zero. Without a Guru, we are all zero. Thank you.
Definitely, Swamiji. Thank you very much.
Hari Om.
Hari Om. Viewers, with this, we will conclude our conversations on consciousness with a prayer. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Hari Om.
Thank you, Nitin. Hari Om.
Thank you, Swamiji.